Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Kaiman TV. It is now very, very clear that we have ODM-A, ODM-B, and ODM-C may also come out very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gashi's Kaiman TV, and please remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. Now, when you look at James Orengo, when you look at Edwin Sifuna, when you look at Winnie Odega, when you look at Ida Odega, when you look at Ruth Odega, this belongs to ODM camp. When you look at John Badi, when you look at Opiwa Dai, when you look at Ali Hassan Joho, when you look at Gladys Wanga, they belong to ODM-B. Now, where are the masses? That is the question. The entry of William Samoei Ruto into ODM politics complicates the matter. In fact, if you ask me, ODM has come out of Mombasa celebration, hopelessly divided. The celebrations that were supposed to bring unity has brought division. And you can see very, very clearly, ODM-A, where we have Babu Owino actually claiming the leadership of ODM-B, where actually the chairman, not the chairman, sorry for that, the party leader, Oburu Odega, the party leader, is being questioned how he actually clinched that position. We even had Winnie Odega calling for special national delegate conference to determine the direction of ODM. Now, I want us to look at the divisions, the cause of these divisions, and the way they are playing out, and the way they are going to affect the 2027 general election, and the way they are going to affect the ODM as a party going forward. Number one, if you listen to ODM-B, that of Opiwa Dai, that of Oburu Odega, that of Gladys Wanga, they are of the opinion that Raila left them in broad-based government, and they must remain in the broad-based government all the way to 2027 and beyond. That is what they are saying. When you look at ODM-A, they strongly believe that ODM must be made a strong party. ODM must be strengthened. And they are saying that there is no way ODM is going to be swallowed, hawaktamezwa na William Samoei Ruto. That is the genesis of the division. Number two cause of this division, ODM-B strongly believe that William Samoei Ruto should be ODM presidential candidate in 2027. In fact, they say that William Samoei Ruto should be encouraged to vie for the presidency using the ODM ticket. ODM-A believe that ODM can have a strong presidential candidate. Now, among the two, or between the two camp, which one is right? Should ODM have a presidential candidate, or should they support William Samoei Ruto? Now, when you look at this issue now, it becomes even more complicated because there is an agreement that they should remain in ODM all the way to 2027. But the question is, because the government of William Samoei Ruto will expire around August 2027, meaning the broad-based government is going to remain all the way to August 2027 until you have the next election. Will ODM have time to nominate a candidate? And who will be that candidate? That is the elephant in the room. The other cause of the division is the resources in the ODM. I'm told that celebration that was at the coast, actually more than 200 million Kenya shilling was spent. And who was financing this money? The source of this money is a political party fund that is actually given by the government. I also understand there are people of goodwill, some of them from the president camp, and they bailed out. And you remember, William Samoei Ruto gave or financed the youth. In fact, there was a time he gave 1 million for the youth to attend the celebration in Mombasa. So you can see the issue of money is also playing a lot. The other reason why they are so hopelessly divided, when you look at ODM-B, they are selling a narrative that James Orego, Babu Owino, Edwin Sifuna, and so on, and the other members are actually Rigathi Gachagua's agents. And they are selling the fear, they are selling the narrative that they, if Babu Owino is going to work with Kalonzo, if Babu Owino is going to work with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka or Gachagua, ataenda peke yake. They will not go there. That's the fear they are selling. And you see what is happening now, because of tribal politics, because of tribalism and its ugly face. Now, this is a tool that is now being used by William Samoei Ruto, sold to the ODM-B camp, and then it is sold to Kenyans, such that if ODM-A is going to work with the opposition, or is going to go its separate way, then they'll be branded tribalists. They'll be branded Wamunyoros. That is the fear that is being sold. And by the way, it's going to work against them if they're not very, very careful. Now, there is also the issue of 2027 general elections. You know, party primaries are usually fought. Party primaries is where the party usually break. And I can tell you, ODM will be very, very lucky to go to 2027 as a united front. It will go in pieces. In fact, it will go up in frame. Because you see, in the past, you only needed to be on Raila's side. In the past, you just needed to sing the song that Raila was singing. You just needed the endorsement of Raila Odinga. Now, they are not receiving this. And because of this fear, you know, there's some people, there's some leaders who have been in government courtesy of Raila Odinga. There's some people who have been members of parliament, members of the county assembly, governors and senators because of Raila Odinga. Now he is not there. This is another cause of the division. Because you see, how are they going to survive? None other than Barack Muluka, who put it so well that now the host is dead. Where are the parasites? The parasites must look for another host. Are they going to survive? Or are they going to die like the host? That is an analogy that was given by Professor Barack Muluka. Now, I also noted something very funny in the celebration, that the master of ceremony had to be changed. You know, initially we had James Orego, but now it was given to Junet Mohammed. Junet Mohammed is a die-hard supporter of the broad-based government. Junet Mohammed is an agent of William Samoei Ruto in ODM. Junet Mohammed is going to do anything to ensure that William Samoei Ruto remains in ODM. In fact, as he is so desperate and he's acting like it is ODM that needs William Samoei Ruto for it to survive. Now, they had to change the master of ceremony, because you see, when you look at the master of ceremony, he has to be somebody who is aligned to the government. Because you see, if it was James Orego as the master of ceremony and he belonged to ODM-A, then things could have been a bit different. And maybe they feared that he could have spoken his mind and maybe embarrassed or showed the president the cracks that are in ODM. That's the funny thing about it. It is so serious that they are now struggling. In fact, it's just a matter of time before now waanze kurushiana makobora. I don't know where the black men will be. I don't know who is going to carry the day. But I want to ask you the question. Where is the LUO nation? Is the LUO nation going to stand with people who actually stand with original ODM, Akina Orego, Akina Sifuna, Akina Babu Owino? Or are they going to remain? You see, what they are saying they don't want to be in the opposition. But who told you that the opposition is not going to win the election? You see, because the narrative they are saying is that we must form the government, or we must be in the government. Tumechoka na maandamano. You see, we understand that ODM has done a lot for this country, and nobody is telling them to go to the street. And people only go to the street when there are reasons. But if there are no reason to go to the street, there will be no reason why people will go to the street. So let's see how things are going to turn out. But from where I sit, ODM, you'll never be the same again. Have a blessed day. Please like the video. If you want to advertise this channel, our number is always there. Reach out to us. Support this channel in any way you can. Bye-bye.